iRocket's 400 million SPAC deal. Empty trust and no rockets. Space industry analysis. Imagine investing in a rocket company that's already spent most of its money before it's even launched a single rocket. Sounds like a gamble, doesn't it? Welcome to the wild world of space startups, where the stakes are high and the risks are even higher. Today, we're diving into the story of iRocket, a small but ambitious rocket company that's about to make a big splash, or perhaps a big splashdown. But here's where it gets controversial. iRocket is partnering with a special purpose acquisition company, a SPAC, that's already spent most of its cash. This isn't your typical IPO story. It's a tale of depleted trust and high-flying ambitions. Innovative Rocket Technologies, or iRocket for short, is a startup with a bold vision to revolutionize the space industry with reusable rockets. Founded in 2018, iRocket has garnered attention from some of the biggest names in tech, including Bill Gates and Eric Schmidt. However, despite the buzz, iRocket has yet to conduct a single test flight of its Shockwave launch vehicle. Now you might be wondering, how can a company with no test flights go public? Good question. iRocket has managed to secure funding from venture capitalists, but it's still a far cry from the capital-intensive giants in the industry. Let's take a closer look at the SPAC behind this deal. BPGC Acquisition Corp, founded by former Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, has already spent most of its cash after raising $345 million in its initial public offering, IPO, back in 2021. Fast forward to September 2024, and the SPAC is left with just 0.5% of its original funds. To make matters more intriguing, just 16 days after reporting its depleted funds, the SPAC redeemed another $28.8 million, leaving it with a paltry $1.6 million in trust. The remaining shareholders, primarily the SPAC sponsors, agreed to extend the deadline for finding an acquisition target until March 2026. The space industry has changed dramatically since iRocket's founding. As of 2023, the company's Shockwave rocket can carry payloads between 300 kilograms and 1,500 kilograms. However, this market is becoming increasingly crowded with competitors like Firefly and Rocket Lab, both of which have already flown customer payloads. But here's the kicker. If iRocket can deliver on its promises of full reusability, rapid refurbishment, and 24-hour responsiveness, it could shake up the industry. However, that's a tall order for a company with limited resources and no proven track record. So, what do you think? Is iRocket a visionary pioneer or a high-risk gamble? Let us know in the comments below. Space startup iRocket goes public via 400 million SPAC deal. Breaking. A 5-year-old rocket company is getting ready to launch on two frontiers at once, space and the stock market, and the move could reshape how smaller aerospace players raise capital. Reusable launch innovator Innovative Rocket Technologies, better known as iRocket, has just revealed plans to merge with the blank check firm BPGC Acquisition in a transaction that values the combined entity at roughly $400 million. The deal will propel iRocket onto the NASDAQ exchange later this year, provided shareholders and regulators give a green light. But here's where it gets controversial. Many investors still remember the boom and bust cycle of SPACs in 2020 to 2021, when countless early-stage companies rushed to go public only to see their shares plummet. Has the market really changed? Or is history about to repeat itself? Why is SPAC and why now? Traditional IPOs have slowed to a crawl thanks to macroeconomic jitters, unpredictable tariffs, and tougher disclosure rules. In that climate, smaller firms often view SPACs as the fastest and sometimes the only route to public funding. So far in 2025, Dealogic has recorded 58 SPAC filings on U.S. exchanges, already overtaking the 31 filings in 2023 and inching ahead of the 57 seen in 2024. That's a clear sign of renewed appetite for this once maligned vehicle. iRocket's pitch to investors. Founded in 2018, iRocket focuses on methane and liquid oxygen propulsion, a combination praised for cleaner burns and rapid reusability. The company says its patented engine architecture allows ground crews to reload fuel and send the rocket back skyward in record time, an operational advantage that could lower launch costs for customers ranging from satellite operators to scientific payload managers. To many observers, this nimble approach echoes the early days of SpaceX and Blue Origin, although iRocket is still years away from their scale. Former U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, now a sponsor of BPGC, argues that iRocket's unique blend of seasoned engineering talent, reusable launch systems, and solid rocket motor expertise could capture a healthy slice of a booming market. That optimism isn't just hype. The World Economic Forum projects the global space economy to hit $1.8 trillion by 2035, a figure echoed in a recent McKinsey report that iRocket cites in its investor deck. A broader SPAC revival. The iRocket announcement lands amid a mini renaissance for SPACs. Bitcoin Standard Treasury Company, which claims to handle more than 30,000 Bitcoins on its balance sheet, has also chosen the SPAC route, aiming for a NASDAQ listing through a vehicle backed by Cantor Fitzgerald. Examples like these suggest that SPACs remain a magnet for firms locked out of traditional capital markets. Timing the next steps. With financial advising from Cohen & Company Capital Markets, iRocket expects the merger to close in the fourth quarter of 2025. If approved, the firm will trade under a new ticker on NASDAQ, providing public investors a fresh and relatively pure play bet on reusable rocket technology. And this is the part most people miss. While headline valuations grab attention, post-merger performance often hinges on execution, launch cadence, cost control, and winning commercial contracts. In other words, ringing the opening bell is only the first stage. Orbital insertion is much tougher. What do you think? Are SPACs genuinely back? Or is the market setting up for another round of disappointments? Can iRocket realistically compete with entrenched heavyweights like SpaceX? Or will it carve out a smaller niche market? Does the projected $1.8 trillion space economy justify today's valuations, or are the forecasts overly rosy? Agree, disagree, or have a totally different take? Drop your thoughts and any tough questions in the comments below. The countdown to launch has begun, and so has the debate. SpaceX, Starlink, and rocket updates, Wallops, Super Heavy Salvage, and more. July 2025 Rocket Report. Welcome to edition 8.04 of the Rocket Report. Have you ever wondered about the future of space travel and the technology that will get us there? This week, we're diving deep into the world of space exploration, from the Pentagon's ambitious Golden Dome missile defense shield to the controversial rollback of environmental regulations for rocket launches. But here's where it gets controversial. The Trump administration is considering slashing rules meant to protect the environment and the public during commercial rocket launches. This move, which companies like SpaceX have long sought, could drastically change the landscape of space travel. But what does this mean for the future of our planet and the stars? And this is the part most people miss. The real technical challenge for Golden Dome isn't just the physics of space-based interceptors, but their economics. Can we build enough satellites to make it work, and at what cost? We're also seeing innovative startups like iRocket partner with a depleted SPAC trust to go public, raising questions about the financial sustainability of small launch companies. Meanwhile, SpaceX continues to push the boundaries with its successful launch of 2 NASA satellites, shedding light on the mysteries of space weather. Join us as we explore the latest developments in space technology, policy, and the challenges we face as we reach for the stars. Don't miss out on the conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Will we see a new era of space exploration, or are we on the brink of a controversy that could change everything? Let's discuss.